Hello, beautiful souls. I want to share with you so you'll start to understand when your angels are talking to you. Do you understand and know when they're trying to reach you? They're always trying to reach you. And here's how you know, because repeat things happen. There's always these repeating scenarios and situations. So I'll share with you when I was, every time I was going to make a big leap in my life, it was like I'd have the idea and I'd be like, oh, that'd be nice, and kind of let it go. And then it just keeps coming up. Like, for example, when I was trying to make the, not trying to make the decision, I didn't even know I was making the decision. I just knew I needed change. And so I started to think, okay, maybe I'm supposed to just like go out west, drive across Canada, see what feels like home. But the West kept calling me and I didn't understand why. So then I start going out. We're going out to the bar. I bump into new strangers, friends that I haven't met yet, and we start having conversations and they start mentioning the West to me and showing me pictures of like they had just gotten back from there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, isn't this a coincidence? Don't often we want to call it that. It's not. It's the angels giving you direction. And then I'm going to work or something and I'm at a bus stop and I bump into again another beautiful stranger and we start having conversations about life. I get love to talk deep to anyone and everyone, and she starts saying, "You know what? You belong out west." And I'm like, "What did you even just say to me?" As if you said that. Because I've been thinking and all of these things start to come up, and she's like, "Yeah, like everything about your energy, like." And at this point I don't understand energy enough to realize that different environments have different energy, and that just simply your environment could be what's holding you back and making you feel stuck. But again, taking a big leap of faith and a risk, and maybe like I was leaving everybody that I ever knew and everything I ever knew, and so that can be a little more risky, but it is the most incredible thing. So again, how do you know that your angels are talking to you? Because it just keeps coming up. So over and over again, I would have these interactions. And then the one day it was like my friend messages me and says, Jenny, I'm sitting in the clouds. You've got to experience this. You've got to come and sit in the mountains and experience what it's like to be in God's country. And at the top of a mountain, you're literally in the clouds. Like that's in heaven. And I couldn't understand it. It's one thing to look at a picture, but again, until you experience it, until you go and feel that vibration, you have to feel it. It's the only way you know. And so I was like getting closer and closer to that I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. So then I started to talk to my landlord and talk to my boss and start to express that, I'm starting to have this instinct, and it's your inner compass, and your angels and everything around you are trying to guide you towards it. So I'm saying I'm having this instinct, like I'm just supposed to go west. Like if I do that, and say worst case scenario, it didn't turn out, could I just come back to this job? Could I come back to this? Yes. Everyone said yes. And I was like, what is there to lose? All I got to do is let's go see. What if it's awesome? And again, it just kept coming up. And when something is meant to be, you're going to notice that everything kind of just unfolds perfectly. It's in the flow, it's ease and grace. There's not a whole lot of having to figure anything out because it unfolds for you. That's the coolest thing. So I just decided that I was going to start taking the steps towards it. So, what does that look like? I didn't want to have a plan. I'm not the type that likes to have, like, I'm going to do A, B, and C. Like, I'm just know where I'm headed, like in general, and then allow it to unfold has always been the most incredible adventure and taught me the most. And so that's what I did. I just started to take the steps. Okay, I gotta sell everything. I gotta figure out how long the trip is and where am I going. So I touched base with my friend that said that they were in the mountains, and I said, I'm coming. I'm just going to sell everything and I'm doing it. And away I went in my car across Canada, and with, I think I had about $500 to my name and no plan, and it wasn't going to know anybody. Thank God that my friend would be in that first stop, but then away I would go on that journey to try and discover where I felt like home was to me. And I knew I was going to discover it when I felt it. It didn't have to be something that was so third dimensional, so black and white, so concrete. I just knew that I was being divinely guided because I just kept having these ideas and these instincts, and everything just started to happen, and it was unfolding and it was working. And so why not go with it? Greatest thing that I ever did. Greatest thing that I ever did, because I got so many experiences. And I'll tell you, truly, going across Canada, like literally every province, I called it like slices of the pie, had totally different, absolutely 110% different frequencies. I could not believe how different every place that I went to was. And always divinely guided. I could feel when something was right. I could feel when it was not. I just listened to that. And it was incredible. So I really highly suggest that if you're starting to tap into that intuition within you, don't neglect it. Don't second guess it, and just go with the flow and follow your heart. It will lead you to the most incredible experiences that you're never going to discover any other way. Think about it. If you just stay doing what you're doing, the same thing every single day and hoping for different results, it's true insanity. But we get stuck there because we so badly as a human want to know how something is going to work out. Society has conditioned us to feel absolute fear around it because they have conducted us by going like, by this age you should be doing this, and right, all these ages and stages and expectations and roles, and you're told what to do. So it is really scary to think about, like, what do I want, and off script, and do it anyways, even if it's really scary and you don't know how, because you are being guided. If you're getting those instincts, if this resonates with you, subscribe, and together we rise. Share your story with me. Ask a question. If you're on this journey and you are feeling resistance, let me know and I will pump you up. Just do it. Just do it. You got this. Your angels are talking to you. Your divine guidance is all within and around you. You have all of the answers. Go with the flow. You know. Much love.